So let me start recording.
In progress.
Okay, awesome. So guys, welcome to the workshop for Introduction to Cucumber Framework. We are not going to do this workshop anytime soon. So you are lucky that you are joining us today on this framework, on this workshop. This workshop will consist from 2 days, day 1 and day 2, obviously. Today we have day 1 and tomorrow we will continue the discussion. Why 2 days? This is a huge topic to discuss, and there are a lot of confusion about the different frameworks, and this tool is super popular. So I would love you to give as much information as I can, so you can already implement and improve your testing skills. By the way, before we will start, can you put in the chat if you know anything about, okay, let's do that. On a scale from 0 to 10, how familiar you are with testing? If you have already working like a quality assurance specialist, please put 10. If you are joining from another industry and you are first time hearing about quality assurance, please put 0. If you're somewhere in between, please choose a number that the most corresponds to your experience. And that will help me to see how much in depth I should go and what terminology I can use, because obviously for those of you who knows more, I can go on some terms quicker, and on those who are first time, I would need to spend more time. Okay, awesome. So while more people are joining, we are, by the way, streaming on our Facebook as well. So the number that you will see here will be not the full number. So I always also will check comments on our Facebook group. And okay. And first, what we will start with introduction. So I will tell you about who I am, about our school, so you will know me a little bit more and my experience. Then we will talk about what BDD is, what cucumber is, and what gherkin is. Maybe those 3 words are new for you, maybe not, but let's see if I can surprise you with some new information. So introduction. We are CleverOnly school, and our school is oriented towards individual approach. We developed our program keeping in mind that every student has its own outside the classroom life, right? And studying should be conveniently added to the calendar. We are all people, and our life is approaching on a fast pace right now, and the information is bombarded on us. So the program that we are developing in our school is very concise, and it has the most important information that you have to know. But at the same time, we are making our classes flexible. So as you see, we always have our masterminds in the evening when everyone has a little bit time, and usually we providing recording, so people who are not able to join at that time, they could watch it next day. So our co-founders of our school is me. My name is Lana. I am a software engineer. I started working in IT as a quality assurance specialist, and I started as a manual QA, and then I switched working in automation. I was learning Python and Selenium, and in my team, I was building automation framework, and then I became a manager, was helping to hire new people, onboard interns and new hires, helping them to build their skills and providing them feedback. We have also Yulia. Yulia is a product manager. Actually, she just recently switched her position to be a director of a department, and she is bringing to our school a lot of knowledge about how to manage other people, how to make the project succeed, and that it will meet all the expectations. And we have Anastasia. Anastasia is a quality assurance lead. She has a background as a tester and a quality assurance specialist. She was also on a hiring team, helping onboard new people and go through them with adjusting to new team. So as you can see, three of us has a real world experience, and we know what usually new candidates are struggling with, because we are ourselves were in the same shoes and we saw other people, and a lot of our friends got through the same background. Okay, so that was our team. Please put in a chat from what town you are joining right now our workshop. It will help us also with our with knowing each other a little bit better. Before I actually go into what is BDD, I would like to announce some housekeeping items. So first of all, we have our Telegram chat on which I am providing additional information, as well as I'm sending notifications where when will be our sessions and how you can join them. In addition, I will send the recording and you can submit through Telegram chat your homework assignments. So that's super convenient for you if you can join our Telegram chat. In addition, you are welcome to use this chat to ask any questions at any time. I will be periodically checking on it and answering the questions if you didn't understand anything. And the next item be curious about what we are learning and be an active participant, because that's how you're showing the universe that you are ready to take a next step, and it will give you more chances to do that. So the next item on our agenda for today is discuss what is BDD. Before I will switch my slide, can you please put in a chat if you know what BDD stands for? I will give you 1 minute. Nobody knows. Okay, so BDD I sent today in the chat stands for Behavior-Driven Development. Behavior-driven development sounds interesting, right? What means behavior-driven development? To get more in understanding what is behavior-driven development, we need first to look on traditional SDLC. SDLC is a traditional term used in quality assurance, and it stands for Software Development Life Cycle. This is a cycle during the which software or any application is developed. And there are usually 5 main stages in developing the software. This is a traditional approach. Usually how it happens, product owner or business analyst or people on the business side of the company are meeting together with users to discuss what kind of software they would want. For example, you are developing a software to sell shoes. So you meet with users of potential platform and discuss what features do you want, what payments you would like. Hey guys, can you see and hear me again? I think there was something with the internet. Okay. Can you please put in the chat if you can see and hear me? I think something happens with the internet and I got disconnected. How's the sound? Can you hear me? Can you put, yes, okay, sounds good. Can you also put in the chat what was the last you have heard about? Did you hear when I said what is SDLC? Put plus if you heard what is SDLC and minus if not. It will help me to God, if I need to repeat myself or not. Okay, so great. So SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle, and first step in SDLC, gathering requirements, usually people on the business side of the company, meeting with users to discuss what kind of software they would like to build. Then they're designing it, thinking about interfaces, about what tools they need to use, what libraries they need to do. Then they're giving it to developers implementing that full. Then testers are testing it, and after testing, the product is delivered to users, and then maintenance happens. It's when if there are some bugs, developers are fixing them, or new features are added to the platform, and etc. This is a traditional software development life cycle, but the minuses of that it's a pretty long process. And basically when requirements are gathered, business people could interpret what users said in one way, then developers implement in second time, and when testers are testing, they understand those requirements their own way, and they're getting back to developers in their understanding how they did everything, and then the process is going on and could be super long. That's why behavior-driven development was implemented. In this framework, tests, it's right now in traditional SDLC on step 4, tests were moved in beginning. That is also called test-first approach. So before the designing of the software, before implementing it, tests are already written, and that's the main difference. So why that helps with improving the process? That is because when tests are written, they are written by all members of the team together. So product owner, developers, and testers, they are gathering together, and they are writing what kind of tests will be. And those tests are displaying requirements, and they also called user stories. So user stories is small descriptions of what users would like to see. This approach is also called test-driven development. The only difference between test-driven development and behavior-driven development is that in test-driven development, tests written in the technical aspects, but in behavior-driven development, tests are written in the language that everyone can understand. So that fixes everything. Tests are written right away, and they are based on the requirements. And let me see this picture. Let me show you this picture. So now with BDD, when product owner meets with users, they're discussing what requirements should be, but then product owner meets with developer or tester, and they all discuss those requirements, and they write those kind of user stories in and tests that are in the language that everyone could understand. Then developer uses these tests to create the software. What it helps with as well, developer will not write tests that developer will not write functionality that is not needed. So he will basically cover enough that the test will pass. Because on the first step, when tests are created here, they are all failing, right? And when a developer adds functionality, they start to pass. What means to pass? Pass means that tests software has a functionality that is expected from it. And tester uses the same tests to create processes, quality assurance processes inside the program to assure that the code is really written to cover that functionality. And everyone is happy, so that process will be much more quicker. So as I said, benefits of behavior-driven development, it's a strong collaboration between teams, focus on user needs, so we are all covering what user wants, high visibility, so everyone could see what is developing, and even business people who are not so technical could see what is working, what is not. And it meets business objectives. Okay, so now we are moving to Cucumber. Cucumber is a tool that supports behavior-driven development. It offers a way to write tests that anybody can understand, regardless of their technical knowledge. As I said before, BDD should create tests that everyone will understand, and Cucumber is used exactly for that. Now, a fun fact: Cucumber was first created in 2003, but officially was out on the market around 2008. And the name was created just by the wife of a creator of this platform and tool, and it didn't have really any meaning. I don't know if you heard about that or not. Can you put plus in the chat if you knew this fun fact, and minus if you are hearing that first time? Okay, thank you. Yes, it was interesting for me to learn about that too. So what are the main components of Cucumber BDD framework? One is a feature file, and second, steps definitions. Feature files, it serves as an entry point to the Cucumber test, and that's what we will practice with you to write. It is a file where your test scenarios are written in a Gherkin language, and we will go to the Gherkin later. A feature file may contain single or multiple test scenarios. it also used as a live document. So basically, even business analysts could write it, and if something needed to be added, a new functionality, those files could update it, and then it will mean for developers that they need to add new functionality. And those files ends with that feature extension. And steps definitions, they contain a piece of code in programming language that you will choose. It could be Java or Python, and those steps will connect to a feature file, and they will actually bring the program to life, and it will run the code and provide validation. So that's how those two components are connected. So before going to what is Gherkin, I wanted to show you an example of feature file, and let me switch to another screen. Oops. So I have opened here PyCharm. Can you put plus in the chat if you are familiar what is PyCharm? If not, can you put minus? And here's a feature file. If you see, that's the file with the extension .feature. And here we are writing what's the feature. We are looking at Facebook login, and it could provide a description as a user story. As an end user, I want to log into my Facebook account so that I can access my Facebook account, and a scenario, simple scenario here, just checking the design of Facebook login page. Okay, so PyCharm is integrated development environment. It helps with writing code and features. It's usually used by developers and testers. Now it is also could be used by product owners and business analysts. Okay. So you already saw that the file is written in mostly plain English language, and that is a Gherkin language. So Gherkin, okay, sorry, where is my, yeah, you can see, let me turn slideshow. I think I exited slideshow. Gherkin is a business readable language which helps you to describe business behavior without going into details of implementation. The text in Gherkin language acts as a documentation and skeleton for automated tests. I showed you the file, that feature file, and in it feature was written in English, and it was understandable what we are checking here. That is actually was a Gherkin language. By the way, Gherkin is also pickled cucumbers. So that's how creators of this language decided to name this language to distinguish it from a cucumber framework, but still have a connection to it. So this is a Facebook login I was checking, and I showed you a feature that was checking different functionality here, and we can look on it again one more time. I can also send it for you in a chat today. So here, scenario design of Facebook login page. Given a web browser is launched, when login page of Facebook is launched, then the end user should see a web page with title login to Facebook. That's what I showed you right now. User should see Facebook logo. User should see a input box field email address, and should see an input box field password. and the user should see a button login. So basically we are describing what the user should see on the main page. Again, here to presentation, we can see inputs, button to login, Facebook. So with this is description, we are saying what we want to see. And here I'm writing it again. So now let's do a small knowledge check. Can you write in the chat what is SDLC? Put 1 if it's software development lifecycle. Put 2 is it a process of testing software. Put 3 if it's process of delivering software to end users, and 4 if it's system to develop, test, and maintain software. What do you think, guys? What's the number? 1, 1. Yes, that's correct. It's software development life cycle. That's right. Okay, next, what is BDD? BDD is software testing process when tests are created based on user requirements. It's 1. Second, it's software development process when developers are writing unit tests themselves. 3, if it's software development process which defines expectation from an application to behave from user perspective. And 4, software testing process when tests are created before requirements. So 1, 2, 3, or 4. This one could be a little bit more tricky, but you got it right. Yes, that is 3. 1 and 4 is incorrect because it's not only a testing process, it's a development process. And 2 is not correct because it's not about only writing unit tests, but in general, the tests that, how described this here, shows the behavior from user perspective. Okay. Nice. Okay. So let me close the chat, and for some reason it's not closing. Okay. Awesome, guys. We learned today a lot of information. We will learn with you what is Cucumber, what is BDD, what is Gherkin. Tomorrow, we will learn how to create a feature file, and we will write with you a first scenario. We will do it that as interactive session. So please tomorrow log in from your computer so you can use your computer to create tests and send it in a chat so we can check how you did with that. For writing a feature file, you don't necessarily need to have PyCharm. If you have it, you can use it, but you can use any text editor, even the default you have on your computer. I think on Windows it's Notebook, on Mac it's a text editor, I think it's called like that, or note editor. Basically anywhere where you can just write some text. You can even use your Google Drive and write it in a Google document. So that's some housekeeping for tomorrow. So tomorrow will be a practical part, and that's your homework. And your homework. Can you Google what is the difference between gherkin and pickles, and write down in the Telegram chat what you like more, gherkin or pickles, and we will see what we will get the most in the crowd, the people who like gherkins or pickles. So guys, I hope you enjoyed session today. And tomorrow we will meet 1 hour early at 7 p.m. Today, unfortunately, because of the technical issues, we have to move it to 8 p.m. Central Time. Tomorrow it will be 1 hour earlier. I'm just reminding you. Please don't forget to be in our Telegram chat. If you are not, Let me send it again here, the link. Can you give me please 1 minute? I will go to the link. Okay, and sending it in the chat. So please join it. I will send in the chat the recording of today's session, and tomorrow you can receive a new link to join a second session. It was nice to see you today and hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining today. Have a good day. Have a good night. Bye.